A mugging. Most people think the right move is to fight back or run. Both can get you killed. A mugging is over in seconds, and the person doing it has already decided what they want. Your wallet, your phone, your watch, things that can be replaced. The moment you resist, you introduce a variable nobody planned for, and people get stabbed over $20 because of it. Hand over what they want and let them leave. The one exception is if they try to move you to a second location. People who are moved to second locations in crimes almost never come back. That is the moment you fight, scream, run, do whatever you have to do, because wherever they are taking you is worse than whatever happens if you resist right there. A shark attack. Everything you think you know is probably wrong. Playing dead does nothing. Thrashing and splashing is the worst thing you can do because it mimics injured prey, which is exactly what a shark is looking for. If a shark is circling you, stay still, get vertical in the water, and keep your eyes on it. Sharks are ambush predators. They attack what they can't see coming. If a shark is approaching but hasn't committed yet, a firm push on the nose can be enough to deter it. The nose is sensitive enough that the pressure alone makes most sharks back off. But if it is actually attacking, forget the nose entirely. Fight back hard and aim for the eyes and gills, the most sensitive targets in a violent situation where you need to hit something reliably. And get out of the water the moment you have any opening, because a shark that has attacked once will attack again. A rip current. Rip currents kill more people every year than shark attacks, tornadoes, and hurricanes combined in the United States. They kill strong swimmers because strong swimmers do the wrong thing. The instinct is to swim back to shore directly against the current, which is exactly how you exhaust yourself and drown. Swim parallel to the shore instead, and you will swim out of it within a few strokes. If you can't get out, don't fight it. Let it carry you, conserve your energy, and signal for help when it loses power. The current will stop. The people who drown are the ones who panicked and fought it until they had nothing left. A bear attack. The answer depends entirely on the type of bear. If it's a black bear, playing dead will get you killed. Fight back. Make yourself loud and large. Go for the nose and eyes. If it's a grizzly, the opposite is true. Grizzly attacks are defensive, and playing dead tells the bear the threat is over. Flat on your stomach, hands protecting your neck, completely still until it leaves. The problem is that in a real encounter, most people have no idea which bear they're facing and no time to figure it out. The general rule is, if it's charging without warning, grizzly, play dead. If it's stalking you, fight everything you have. A car going underwater. The instinct is to open the door immediately. You cannot. The pressure difference makes it physically impossible until the car is nearly full of water. Break your window immediately, using your elbow at the corner of the glass, and get out before the car sinks too deep. If you couldn't get the window open, wait until the car is almost completely flooded, take a breath at the last air pocket near the roof, and then push the door open. The pressure will have equalized, and it will open. It sounds terrifying, but it works. A plane crash. The vast majority of survivors were sitting within 5 rows of an emergency exit. When you board a plane, count the rows to the nearest exit, because that is a decision that statistically matters. The brace position actually works. It is not, as the myth goes, designed to make identification of bodies easier. It distributes the force of impact away from your most vulnerable points and has been proven to increase survival rates. And if there is fire or smoke after a crash, you have roughly 90 seconds before the cabin becomes unsurvivable. The people who survive are almost always the ones who paid attention before anything went wrong. A lightning strike. Get low, get away from trees, water, and metal, and stop being the highest point in the area. If you are in a group, spread out because a single strike can travel through the ground and kill multiple people. If you feel your hair standing on end, you are about to be struck. Get into a crouch immediately, feet together, low to the ground. Do not lie flat because ground current can still kill you. If someone near you is struck, touch them immediately. There is no residual charge, and start CPR because the most common cause of death from lightning is cardiac arrest. Quicksand. Every movie you have seen is wrong. You will not sink past your waist. Quicksand is denser than the human body. The real danger is being stuck and dying from exposure, or the tide coming in. Lean back to distribute your weight, which feels completely wrong, but reduces the suction pulling you down. Work one leg free with slow, circular movements, and use anything solid for leverage. Pulling straight up creates a vacuum that locks you in tighter. Slow and patient is what gets you out. An avalanche. If you cannot outrun it to the side, 2 things determine whether you live. The moment the snow slows around you, cup your hands over your face and push outward to create an air pocket. Snow sets like concrete within seconds, and if your face is pressed against it, you will suffocate. Then spit to figure out which way is down and dig the opposite direction. People have been found having dug downward, thinking they were heading for the surface. If you can't move, make noise only when you hear rescuers, because screaming into silence wastes the oxygen you have left. Being lost at sea. The first thing that kills people is not thirst or hunger, it's the decisions panic drives them to. Do not drink seawater under any circumstances. It accelerates dehydration and causes kidney failure within days. Stay out of the water, stay on whatever debris or raft you have, collect rainwater, and signal constantly using anything reflective or bright. The human body can survive weeks without food. The ocean will try to convince you to make decisions that speed that timeline up. The only job is to resist and stay alive long enough to be found. A tornado. The two places most people think are safe are the worst places to be. Overpasses funnel and accelerate wind, and people have died sheltering under them. Your car can be picked up and thrown. If you are indoors, get to the lowest floor, an interior room with no windows, and get low. A bathtub with a mattress over you is genuinely one of the better options because the tub is bolted to the structure and the mattress absorbs debris. If you are outside, lie flat in the lowest ground you can find, cover your head, and stay there. Debris is what kills people in tornadoes. Getting below the level of flying debris is the entire goal. A hostage situation. Make yourself human to your captor, but do it simply. Ask questions, use their name, find small points of agreement. Do not be a hero. Hostage situations that end badly almost always involve someone who gave the captor a reason to act. Stay calm, comply, pay attention to exits and routines, and wait. If there is a rescue, get on the floor immediately with your hands visible, and do not move until you are told to. Rescuers cannot immediately distinguish hostages from captors, and people have been shot because they were standing when they should have been on the ground. Being buried alive. Do not scream. Screaming burns oxygen and you do not have much. Stay calm, breathe slowly, and think. The soil above a recently buried coffin is loose and uncompacted. Tie your shirt around your face to filter soil, break the wood above you with your feet and knees, and push the soil to the sides as you work upward. It sounds impossible, but people have done it. If you are buried in rubble, tap on pipes or metal rather than yelling, because metal carries sound far better than your voice. Conserve everything and wait for the right moment to signal. Falling from a great height. Feet first is better than head first. Relaxed muscles absorb impact better than tensed ones, which is why drunk people survive falls that kill sober people. If there is any way to grab, slow, or redirect your fall on the way down, do it, even if it injures you, because the deceleration saves your life. People have survived falls from aircraft and buildings by landing on surfaces that gave way. Snow, mud, water, at the right angle. The angle and the surface are almost everything. Falling into a volcano. This is the one on the list where your options are genuinely limited. The heat radiating from active lava causes severe burns before you even make contact, and the gases surrounding an active volcano are toxic enough to incapacitate you within seconds. The realistic survival scenario is not falling in at all, and recognizing that the gases are often more immediately dangerous than the lava itself. If you are somehow on the edge, the crust near the edges is sometimes solid enough to move across briefly. People have walked on lava. They wore thick boots, moved fast, and got extremely lucky. The volcano is the one scenario where luck matters more than knowledge.